my dear, you keep carrying on. Get it all set up. Oh no, honey, you just keep setting those lights up. I got a good view from here. I'll have a coffee if you're offering. Oh my goodness. These are amazing. Do you have any more? Hi, my name is Clara Bow. You most probably know me as Hollywood's It Girl. So, what do you want to know about little old me? Let me think. Well, I'm 28 and I've already made over 50 pictures. I love my job. I get to be all these different characters on screen, and all of the hundreds of thousands of fans who get to watch, I call them my fan friends, and I get so much mail from them. It's the same amount that a small town would get. But it's funny because so many people tell me that I'm so talented and I have it, but you know, I just be myself on screen. You know, I've not had any training. I just go up and be me. But you know, I have learned so much on set over the last 13 years? Gosh. But yes, I've learned a lot on set, but I've also learned a lot off the set. Hey, where's your mind going there, mister? No, I mean the parties and the jazz and the amazing people and the fast cars. But you know, for me it's not all about the high finery. Although darling Max Factor did manage to make me actually look pretty and feminine. No, I don't really fit in with that high society, fancy schmancy kind of vibe. You know, all these rules and dress codes and high finery and jewelry. Like, why can't I just go to a restaurant in a bikini? What is wrong with that? No, I'd rather just have lunch with the grips. But you know what they say, you can take the girl out of Brooklyn, but you can't take Brooklyn out of the girl. Yeah, that's right. I grew up near Bergen Street in Brooklyn. It was just me, my mom, and my dad. I had two sisters, but they died when they were babies. Yeah, as a kid, I just absolutely loved watching the movies and reading all the magazines. You know, where we lived, it was tough, you know. I never got any clothes. Sometimes I didn't even get to eat. You know, we were just living, that's all. Yeah, so I saw the advertisement for the Fame and Fortune acting contest, and I knew that would be my ticket out of here. So I begged my daddy to give me $1 to get my picture taken. I mean, I'm not a naturally pretty girl, but it wasn't about looks. You know, I was happy roughhousing with the kids and the dogs. But I sent in my picture, and would you believe it? I won. What did my parents think of it? Well, my mother didn't approve of the film industry in Hollywood. She thought it was a bad influence, which is ironic because I had so many uncles when I was a kid, I lost count. But, well, I'm sure you've probably heard this story already a million times, but my mother woke me up in my sleep with a kitchen knife and chased me around the bedroom. She was committed to an insane asylum, and she died a year later. I don't really remember much about that time. I think my brain just blocked it out. But hey, look at me now. So my father, he didn't really seem to care or notice. I was going on a press tour to San Francisco, and he was supposed to chaperone me, but he turned up drunk and they wouldn't allow him on the train, so I had to go alone. I would say the only times my father has ever been proud or showed any interest is when it suited himself, like introducing himself to people as Clara Bow's father. He turned up a few years ago on my doorstep, unemployed with no prospects, so now he lives with me. But you know, he's my daddy. I love him. I'll always try and look after him while I can. But I suppose my career started when, luckily, I met a producer for Paramount called Mr. Schulberg. He signed me on a contract and he had me working all these films. I was so grateful. I was finally doing what I wanted to do, make movies. It wasn't until a lot later I realized a lot of these movies were mediocre, call them pot burners. I was working 3, 4, 5 films at a time sometimes, working 20 hours a day. I got so ill I ended up in hospital. But you know, you don't have anyone there to fight your corner, tell you what is right and wrong in this industry. A lot of the films that I made in my early days were unmemorable. Gee, if I could go back, I'd wring that guy's neck. But 1926 was my big year. I made Wings, which won the first Academy Award for Best Picture. Of course, I didn't win any awards. I went to Janet Gaynor. Heck, I never even got nominated. My whole career, no nominations. But I also made it. I actually got to meet with Eleanor Glynn, who wrote the original novel, and she, to my face, said, "Sweetie," well, no, she was British, "Sweetie, you've got it." Right to my face. I couldn't believe it. You know, it was also a good year for me romantically too. You know, I've just never been one of those people who's good at making decisions. And I guess I just wear my heart on my sleeve and I just fall in love like that. But I was head over heels about Gary Cooper, Victor Fleming, and Gilbert Roland too. Yeah, I had several engagements. Well, engagements, you know, it's the 20s, that's what we called it. You know, girls were supposed to seem demure and like flowers and the good girls. So, you know, we're not meant to be seen as having a good time, wanting sex. It's just not in the image. You know, yes, women flappers, they may have had more social gain, but you still gotta maintain that good girl image. But I never messed around with married men. That is exactly what I told Dr. Pearson. And he told me that he was getting a divorce and that he'd separated from his wife. God, I was nuts about him. It's just a shame that he forgot to tell his wife about the divorce. Yeah, she tried to sue Paramount and I had to give up $30,000 of my own money. But I've always been so trusting. I could see that, the roaring 20s, the golden age, it was coming to an end. But I still had all this money, and I wanted to have a good time. And I thought my fans would enjoy seeing me having such a good time. But with the depression I could just see that the party was beginning to end. And then in came the talkies. They're not as easy as they look. I knew with my accent, my Brooklyn accent, that I was going to struggle with talking on pictures, but I got 2 weeks of vocal lessons, and I worked my keister off. Clara Bow, 2 years. But I tried my best, and I just finished doing Call Her Savage, and we'll see how it goes. I just love making pictures. Well, I was loving making pictures, but things get harder. You get older. It takes longer to make them now with the technology. Hollywood doesn't quite look the same to me anymore. I've worked hard and I still have all this money. I came from nothing. I didn't have any real parental guidance or someone to tell me how to handle my investments. The people around me, they just wanted me to keep working and working to make more money for them. I was just too trusting in people, too gullible, I suppose. What's that? What are you all reading? What is it? May I? Oh, this is from the Coast Reporter. I don't believe this. My assistant, more than assistant, we were fast friends, Daisy DeVoe. She worked for me. We were really great friends, and I found out that she had been embezzling $40,000 of my own money. Went to court. Things got nasty. I never anticipated that she would stoop so low. These lies, these are all lies. It says in here that I have syphilis, that I've slept with women. My own Great Dane, that is ridiculous. Apparently, I had a whole UFC football squad in one night. They literally came around to play football. I like football. This is it. This is my career over. I can't come back from this. She ruined me. I'm ruined. Can we turn this off, please? I don't want to film anymore. Can we please? No. Let's turn this off.